Once upon a time, you have to physically know somebody or know someone that knows somebody before you can know what's happening in someone's life. But with the advent of social media, with the click of a button, you can have access to whatever anybody shares about their life online. The disadvantage of that now is you can be in your home scrolling through your phone and you'll be going through discontent, envy, and bitterness. So today we're going to talk about how to deal with that envy and bitterness. Stay with me. So welcome back. First way that you can deal with envy. 1. Carry your eye. There are 2 ways you can carry your eye. You can either log off the internet for a while to sort out yourself and deal with all the emotions that you're going through. 2, whoever it is that's making you have that envious feeling or bitterness in your heart, unfollow the person, block the person. Life is not that hard. Because you're trying to detoxify yourself, or how will I put it? Yes, detoxify yourself. So either unfollow the person, block the person, or I don't think that blocking the person will, you can be able to know if you have gotten over it. But I think that logging off for a while to deal with the emotions is a very good way to deal with that. So the second thing is understand perception. Now, perception is what people want you to believe. So what they portray is what they want you to believe. Now, a company, for example, might want you to believe that they are equal to happiness. Now, even if you buy their products or encounter their services, it might be the opposite. But everything that they put out there, all their adverts that you see, all the things that they say, their captions, everything will be equal to happiness until you actually experience them. But without experiencing them, they'll put out that perception that they are equal to happiness, if you get what I mean. So now, even as individuals, when we are curating our social media feeds, we tend to, put up our highlights, the highlights of our life. I just gave birth to a baby. Oh, I just bought a car. I put it up. Oh, I just got this amazing deal. I put it up. I just got a promotion. I put it up. The highlights of their lives. There are very few people that are actually very, very real, as in real to a fault, about everything that's happening in their lives. And you don't want to fall into the trap and think that the perception of this highlight is a reality. The third way for you to deal with envy is to make a firm decision. Now, you have to make a decision somewhere in your heart that I will not be envious. Now, because you understand perception, you will now make that decision and say that I will not be envious, because I understand that this is not everything that the person is showing to me. This is not reality. So I understand that and make that decision that I will not be envious, regardless of whatever I see on the internet. Or it might not be online, it might be offline. Regardless of what I see, I don't really know this person to the core. I don't know this person to their house, so I wouldn't be envious. So make that firm decision that you would not be envious. The fourth way that you can deal with envy is water your own garden. There's a saying that the grass is greener on the other side because they water it. So water your own garden. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on living your life. Basically, focus on living it out, and do not focus on whatever anybody else is doing. Stop looking over the fence. What are they doing? How is they living their life? How is this one? Focus on your own garden. The last thing and final thing that I think is a good way for you to deal with envy is pray for them. Pray for them. Whoever it is that you are envious of, or you're feeling bitter towards, you pray for them. That's why I think Jesus said, pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies, because there's no way you can be praying for them and still feeling bitter towards them. I've tried it. It works. And when I say pray, please, I do not mean pray for and die prayer. We don't do that one in this place. It's not for and die prayer, please. You pray for them. You pray for them. Pray for them that they should have peace. Pray that, whatever it is they are even going through in their life, at the moment, that the Lord will grant them peace, direct them, and teach them, and if they don't know Christ, you pray that they come to the knowledge of Christ. If it's somebody that you're on the opposite end of the argument with, you pray that both of you come to the knowledge of the truth, and both of you will anchor yourselves to the truth. If that's the thing that's causing bitterness or whatever it is, just pray for that person. And when you do pray, you find out that you will have peace. As in, you have peace, and all that bitterness and envious feeling that you're feeling will slowly begin to die out. So you understand that it's a process. You're not just going to flip a switch and say that, today I'm envious, tomorrow I'm not going to be envious. No, it's a process, and you have to go through the process step by step. So every day you understand these things, you remind yourself that, okay, before I do this, let me know that I am not going to be envious. So I hope that these few points help you in your journey to not being envious and not being bitter towards people on social media. And if you do have any stories, if you have been in my shoes before, or you're going through the process as well, please leave a comment and encourage somebody so that they can see, of course, encourage somebody. And I'll see you again next week. Don't forget, it's all about Christ. It's none of us and all of him. Bye-bye.